Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel, or shall I say welcome me back to the channel because I'm the one that's been missing. Quickly before I jump into today's topic, I just wanted to let you know what I'm working on in the video. While in Austin recently, for reasons I'll explain shortly, I started working on these adorable little watercolor pages from my friend Jennifer Charlee. She gifted them to me a while back around the holidays and I've been itching to use them ever since. They are pigment inked coloring sheets on cellulose watercolor paper, perfect for relaxing with your watercolors. You can find links in the description below to her Etsy shop where you can pick up your own set if you'd like. And just to let you know, she didn't ask me to plug her products or anything like that. I'm the one who asked her if it would be okay to share them with you. Anywho, as I mentioned at the start of this video, I am sorry for going AWOL here, especially after the start of a new series, but I have some pretty huge personal news. I am moving 1,700 miles away, in fact, from the only state I've ever called home. This California girl who was born and raised in the Bay Area, leaving briefly to other cities along the coast during college, but eventually landing back home, is finally coming to terms with something I've been kind of jokingly been saying for years, and that is that I simply picked the wrong profession, whether you look at the zoo career or my art, to be living in my hometown in the heart of the Silicon Valley. Moving away from the Bay Area was something I considered after leaving the zoo 4 years ago, but I soon entered a long-term relationship that helped keep me rooted here for a little while longer. The years that followed my departure from the zoo would end up being some of the most difficult personal years of my life, dealing not only with the loss of my identity as a zoo educator, but also with the literal death of my horse, struggling through the process of trying to apply for disability and failing, and going through the worst financial turmoil I have ever experienced. However, they have also been years of self-discovery, deep and unyielding friendships, and building a sense of community that I never had felt before in my life. And for that, I cannot be upset or have wanted to trade these extra years in San Jose in the slightest. My family and friends have been there for me in ways that I literally couldn't have even asked them to be there for me. They just simply were. My viewers, customers, and patrons have made this new career possible for me in ways I also never could have imagined. And as much as it hurts me to leave everyone and everything that I know and love, I know that a move to just about anywhere else but here will make this new career financially viable and a new life possible. So with all of that, in 2 weeks' time, I will be landing in Austin and setting up shop and home in a new city. Any move is taxing, of course, but especially given the emotional attachment of 32 years in California, as well as navigating an out-of-state move for the very first time in my spoony body, the last few weeks have been utterly exhausting, as I'm sure the weeks to follow will be as well. Although it's just going to be me and Cricket physically moving, I know I'm not in this alone. My number one requirement for choosing a new city was having an existing network of support already there. While I couldn't choose Denver to be closer to my sister or St. Louis to be closer to my best friend due to the cold weather and my chronic pain and not playing nice together, Austin is a city with a handful of friends as well as a vast network of friends. Everyone seems to know someone in Austin. No one ever says anything bad about it, though I'm sure I'll have something to say about the weather, given that I'm moving in the midst of summer. But I even got to meet up with a fellow artist, Jenny Granberry, as well as my longtime patron, Jacqueline, during my apartment hunt just a couple weeks ago. In addition to my face-to-face connections in Austin, my patrons in particular have been overwhelmingly supportive during this entire process. They were consulted about what to do during the move and whether or not we should keep Patreon open despite me not being able to fulfill tutorials during the transition. However, they almost unanimously offered to lend their support without expectation of return. Others have gone even above and beyond that to send other donations my way to help out with the move, and I just couldn't possibly be any more grateful or humbled by all of their amazing support. Unfortunately, in addition to the moving costs and stressors that I'm managing to the best of my ability and with the support from all of you, I have also taken on some other unfortunate hits as well. My editing computer has died, and to a much more severe extent, my car is capital DED. It is going to be donated here in California before I leave, but I've been and will be without a car for more than a month total, using rentals in the interim until I can settle in Texas and figure out how to buy a car while also dealing with this move. Many of you have asked how you can help with all this crazy, and while I don't feel comfortable setting up something like a GoFundMe for this, there are so many ways that you guys can help contribute, and again, I'm just so appreciative that you guys have been asking how to do so. So I'm going to share some ways that you can do that, and all of the links and information will be in the description below. The most direct ways that you can help financially are through Patreon or Ko-fi. Patreon is a reoccurring monthly contribution with various perks. As I mentioned though, I won't be able to fulfill videos during the month of May, but all other perks will be fulfilled, and I'm hoping to resume tutorials and live streams in June. Ko-fi is a one-time donation service of any amount in $3 increments, so like 6, 9, 12, 30, whatever you like. This gets sent directly to my PayPal and is the quickest way to support me and the move. I also have a sale going on over on my Etsy shop if you act fast. I meant to have this video out to you a lot sooner, like, I don't know, a week or two ago, to give you more notice. I'm sorry that it didn't. If you are a patron over on Instagram stories or on my mailing list, you were already notified, so feel free to join one of those platforms in the future if you'd like future notifications. But tonight, I guess, depending on what time zone you're in, and tomorrow, May 2nd, you can receive 20% off orders of $35 or more in the shop automatically, no coupon needed. This will help me to clear out my inventory so I don't have to move all of it with me. And then the shop is going to be closed starting on May 3rd throughout the entire month of May so that I can move and not have to worry about juggling inventory and mailing and all of that stuff. It'll reopen in June once I'm set up again in Austin. You can also always make merch purchases over on Redbubble. That shop will not close, but there are smaller margins over there for me than on Etsy. However, there is no overhead, and because they fulfill and stock everything, I don't have to worry about doing that with the move. So if you'd like to make any purchases there, that would help too. I really wanted to get a new Skillshare class out before the move, but that just wasn't in the cards with this timing. The new class is in the works though, and I'm excited to film it in my new studio once I get to Austin when the time comes. But in the meantime, if you're over on Skillshare already, watching any of my classes on the platform does help me out a lot. And if you're not yet a member over there, signing up for a free trial premium membership using my link in the description automatically sends me a commission, which isn't tiny. It's definitely a sizable commission, which helps out a ton without costing you anything. You don't even have to keep the membership after the 2 months if you don't want to. Plus, you get to check out some really cool classes for myself as well as your other favorite YouTube artists. So I highly recommend checking that out and sticking around because it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Finally, there are affiliate links for Jackson's, Amazon, and DaVinci, the latter of which you can also purchase my new earth tone palette from. These are more delayed forms of help as I won't see the purchases or the finances from it right away, but if you're making your purchases anyway to do your everyday shopping, the trickle of income in a couple months from now will be super helpful as I continue to pay off bills from the move and furnish my new digs. Oh my goodness, okay, saying all of that in one go makes me feel a little bit cringy. I don't usually like to lay it all out there for you, but there are so many ways to help out your favorite artists here on YouTube if you are looking to do so. But I want to make sure that this next part is super important and clearly heard by all of you as well. Please do not feel bad in the slightest if you are unable to financially contribute. You're here, you're watching, you're lending moral support, and that is more than enough already. I am so grateful for each and every one of you who is literally making this entire new life change possible. I am so freaking excited to be financially stable again once all of these expenses are covered, like the car and the movers, and you guys made that possible for me. Thank you a million times from the bottom of my heart to the moon and back for all of your forms of support, whether financial or emotional or in any other way that you can send it. I love you all, and I thank you for being patient with me while I get through this change. There is an Animal Artist Collective video going up on May 9th, which will be my last upload until I'm settled in Austin. During the move, I'm going to try and vlog some of the process to give you a little look from the road, figuratively speaking, since I'm not driving. But then I'll go ahead and get back to our normally scheduled programming, like our Brand by Brand series, and soon the launch of the second Color Spotlight reboot, because y'all patrons are being so amazing and smashing goals like crazy. Okay, all right, so thank you guys so much for watching this video, for sticking with me through all of this, and I'm really appreciative and grateful for all of you. Thank you for your awesomeness, and I will see you next time.